Today, we will delve into the fascinating topic of the history and evolution of currency and money. Money is an essential part of modern society, facilitating trade and commerce and serving as a store of value. But how did we arrive at the modern concept of money, and what were the various forms of currency that have been used throughout history? In this audiobook, we will explore the history and evolution of currency and money in depth, examining the origins of currency, the emergence of coinage, the rise of paper money, the gold standard, the end of the gold standard, and the future of currency. The origins of currency. The origins of currency can be traced back to ancient civilizations, where bartering and trading goods was the primary means of exchange. However, as trade grew more complex, people began using commodities like salt, cattle, and shells as a form of currency. These commodities had their own limitations, such as portability and perishability. In ancient China, around 1100 BCE, cowrie shells were widely used as a currency. The shells were small and easily transportable, and their value was based on the rarity of the shell. Cowrie shells were also used in other parts of the world, including Africa and the Pacific. Commodity money was also used in ancient Egypt, where grain was used as a form of currency. The value of grain was determined by the quality of the grain, and it was stored in granaries by the government. The emergence of coinage. The first coins were produced in ancient Lydia, now modern-day Turkey, around 600 BCE. These coins were made from a mixture of gold and silver and were stamped with the image of a lion or bull. Coinage quickly spread throughout the ancient world, enabling trade to occur on a much larger scale. The Romans were also early adopters of coinage, producing silver and gold coins with the image of the emperor. These coins were widely used throughout the Roman Empire and were a key factor in the empire's economic success. In the Middle Ages, European cities began to produce their own coins, reflecting the growing economic power of urban centers. Coins were often stamped with the image of the city's patron saint or ruler. The rise of paper money. In the 7th century, the Chinese began using paper money as a means of exchange. Paper money was initially issued by private individuals but was later taken over by the government. It wasn't until the 17th century that paper money began to be used in Europe. In Europe, the first paper money was issued in Sweden in the 1660s. The use of paper money quickly spread throughout Europe, but it wasn't until the 19th century that it became the dominant form of currency. The gold standard. In the 19th century, many countries adopted the gold standard, which meant that their currency was backed by gold. Under the gold standard, the value of a country's currency was fixed to a certain amount of gold, providing a stable means of exchange. The gold standard was a key factor in the growth of international trade, as it provided a stable means of exchange for different currencies. It also helped to stabilize the global economy, preventing the kind of economic shocks that had occurred in the past. The end of the gold standard. The gold standard began to decline in the early 20th century, as countries found it increasingly difficult to maintain the value of their currency in relation to gold. The gold standard was abandoned completely by the US in 1971, leading to the rise of fiat currencies. Fiat currencies are not backed by a commodity like gold, but by the government that issues them. This has led to more flexibility in the management of currencies, but it has also made them more vulnerable to inflation and economic instability. The future of currency. With the advent of digital technology, the concept of currency is undergoing another transformation. Cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin are becoming increasingly popular, offering a decentralized and secure means of exchange. Cryptocurrencies use a technology called blockchain, which is a distributed ledger that allows for secure and transparent transactions without the need for a centralized authority. One of the advantages of cryptocurrencies is that they can be used for cross-border transactions without the need for intermediaries like banks. This can make transactions faster, cheaper, and more secure. However, the rise of digital currencies also presents new challenges, such as regulatory concerns and the potential for fraud and hacking. Another development in the world of currency is the rise of digital wallets and mobile payments. Mobile payments are becoming more popular around the world, especially in countries where traditional banking infrastructure is lacking. Mobile payments can be made through apps on smartphones and can be used for everything from buying groceries to paying bills. As the use of digital wallets and mobile payments increases, traditional banks and financial institutions are beginning to adapt. They are offering their own mobile payment apps and investing in new technologies to improve their digital services. In addition to digital currencies, there has been a growing interest in alternative forms of currency, such as local currencies and complementary currencies. Local currencies are used in specific communities or regions and are often designed to support local businesses and economic development. Complementary currencies are used in conjunction with traditional currencies and are intended to promote specific social or environmental goals, such as reducing carbon emissions or supporting local agriculture. The rise of alternative currencies reflects a growing interest in creating more sustainable and equitable economic systems. It also highlights the limitations of traditional currencies and the need for new forms of exchange that better reflect the values and priorities of local communities. Conclusion? The history and evolution of currency and money is a fascinating subject, reflecting the complex and changing nature of human society. From the bartering of ancient civilizations to the rise of cryptocurrency and mobile payments, currency has always been an essential tool for facilitating trade and commerce. Understanding the history of money is key to understanding its role in modern society and how it will continue to evolve in the future. As digital technology continues to advance, we are likely to see even more changes in the world of currency and money. It will be important for individuals, businesses, and governments to adapt to these changes in order to continue to benefit from the advantages that currency provides. The future of currency is likely to be more diverse and flexible, reflecting the diversity and complexity of our global economy.